Worst thing about being the best show on television is that people are never satisfied. When it's done, no matter how great the ending is, no matter how many people say, you know what, that was some good closure. That's some fine closure right there. You still can't leave it alone.
I found grace in the black water bathe my soul.
We'll cover up with a shirt from DTmerch.com.
I knew it. Man, you didn't see that shit coming. Come on.
Yeah. I'm just trying to help. Nobody's gonna notice that dent with that classic Black Tooth Away logo, man. Everybody's gonna say, "Dad, that's a nice ride right there." The Double Toasted LA show live October 18th. If you don't get them, I hate for people to tell you about how, man, boy, you missed out on a big night of live comedy. Man, we played games. Ooh, shit, that after party though, man. It's a rare thing to have a show like that, and Breaking Bad is one of those shows.
You want to cook crystal meth?
That's right. You know the business, and I know the chemistry.
This is an incredible feat, Breaking Bad. You were the one that got me on that meth. Mar, you remember you gave me season 1?
Yeah, I did.
On DVD?
Just try it. Just try it a little bit.
This is free.
This is free. I'll buy it for you.
It was so good. By the end of it, I was actually smoking the DVDs. Shit, I'm hooked. I think this was before Netflix. Or maybe it was when Netflix was doing. It was before binging.
Yeah, it was before binging. Because the only way you could binge is if you bought a box set of DVDs.
Exactly. So if you were like a season or 2 behind and somebody gave you a collection and you never watched it, that was binging before it was like streaming.
Yeah.
And
I think Lost was the first show I ever binged.
Yeah. And for me, that was too. Somebody gave me the box set for my birthday.
Breaking Bad was when I binged on Netflix. That's the first one I ever did.
See?
Oh, God.
Breaking Bad left an impact, man. And and like I said, man, this is a rare feat. This thing ran 5 seasons, and none of them were weak. Now, maybe some weren't as good as the others, and everybody, and even then, you just have trouble picking out which ones are.
Right.
There's so many moments you'd be like, well, damn, I remember saying that season wasn't as good as the others, but I remember that scene that I loved.
I know. Exactly. Like the season I thought was the one I was kind of like this about was where it kept showing stuff floating in the pool and you didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And then when they finally got to what it was all about, it was like, that was that. The airplane and everything.
Yeah.
But it had that episode with Kristen Ritter where
Christian Ritter.
Christian Ritter?
Yeah, what did I say?
You said Ritter.
Oh, sorry. I meant Ritter. Kristen Ritter.
Smoking that shit.
where
Jessica James.
Jessica Jones. Where Walter White had that moment of like, if I just let this bitch die, all my problems will be solved.
Right, exactly, yeah.
That was one of those turning points.
It was one of those turning points.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Listen.
That creeped me out.
Oh, yeah.
That gave me.
Hey, listen, the episodes were amazing. Seasons, all of them good. And the finale was great. Now, you can debate whether that is one of the greatest pieces of writing on television. Some people say, well, maybe not, but you find very few people who will say that they weren't satisfied that the way it wrapped up.
There are very few series finales that are as good as that one.
Yeah, every season, especially that last season, took its time, unlike other shows I won't mention. But that
Nice.
But
What's some Emmy winning?
don't even get. I just got through getting over this. I tell you, the funny thing about Breaking Bad and the finale here is that when you watch the finale, most of the tension didn't even come from the show. It came from people just saying, "Boy, I hope they don't this up."
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
It was when it ended so well. It was almost like a twist. It was like, "Ooh, shit! Did you see the part at the end when they didn't fuck up?"
Right.
That's kind of how I felt, actually. Yeah.
Where the show was actually good. Ooh, boy, I didn't see that coming. That was crazy.
Well, Dexter had everybody scared.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Dexter had everybody shook up on Breaking Bad, man. As I said, boy, Walter White becomes a lumberjack at the end of the shit.
Right.
I'm gonna smoke meth and hurt somebody. What the praise that we're giving it it should be a one and done.
Yeah.
You know, watching the show, I've told people this a lot. I said, you know, and this is when it was done. I said, this show, it's like if you're at a bar and you meet this incredibly fine girl who's way out of your league, but she happened to be drunk, you happen to be drunk, or at least y'all were tipsy. Y'all hit it off. You went home that night. Y'all, you know, let's just get right down to it. It was a great night. It's a great memory. And the next day you say, should I call her back? No. I will not press my luck with this. Just remember it.
Yeah, the perfect night. Yeah.
Perfect night.
Perfect episode.
This is the perfect series. We had a moment. It was great. Let's not press our luck.
No, yeah.
Hey, I was hoping we could get back together. Oh, no, not you.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm an alcoholic and I lost a bet.
Yeah. But Breaking Bad said, I ain't no average dude at the bar. You know, I'm not about that one night stand. I'm gonna hit twice at least. And yeah, you know what? And that is where I got that's where I got very nervous. Because listen, really they said, you are exactly right. We don't need to continue Breaking Bad. We don't need to continue this show. But a spinoff, that don't really count.
Mm-hmm.
I'm number one on your speed dial right next to your weed dealer.
It's showtime, folks.
Better Call Saul, man. Now, it ain't Breaking Bad, and nor should it be. And some people, you know, they're not watching the show because, like, well, shit, you know, if it ain't Breaking Bad, well, fine, don't fucking watch it. But that's what's right about this, is that it's
its own thing.
It's its own thing. You know, and the show is good, has the same craftsmanship, complex storytelling, the rich characters that evolve over time. You know, of course, we're not at the end of the show yet, so we don't know what the finale is going to be like. We can kind of predict maybe where it goes. That's one of the big things about it.
That's the problem.
That's the problem with it. But at the same time, they said that they might even continue after that just a little bit.
Sure.
See where this character goes.
But yeah, because running through it, you keep seeing flashes to the forwards of something that's happening beyond where Breaking Bad left off.
Exactly. We have a spinoff. It's not the same thing as that. But people keep saying, all right, that's it, man. We don't need no more. You know, right now you've had a good run. You've been lucky.
This is what I have to ask you. Is that what people are saying? Because I feel like if that's what people were saying, or enough people were saying that, they wouldn't do this.
That's what people are saying, but they don't really mean it. You know, that's the problem. A lot of people say that, and it's been proven because people say, you know, the saying goes, people don't really know what they want.
Yeah,
and tell them what they want.
Yeah, and the demand for Breaking Bad is so big out there, and they've actually created a Breaking Bad universe at this point that they said, you know what, there are more stories to tell. As we've seen with some of these other things with the spinoff and whatnot, yes, there are more stories to tell.
Sure.
Let's just not tell the Breaking Bad story anymore. Let's not do a show. Okay, we won't do a show. A movie, though, you know, now that don't count either, right? And that is where we get to El Camino. No Walter White. But what you have is Jesse Pinkman on the run. And is it a redemption story? Is it something where this is a big chase? They have been very, 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 very conservative on the information that they put out there with this. And some people say this trailer kind of does the same thing while giving us more than what we had before. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer, which you have not seen yet.
I have not.
You haven't seen either? For El Camino?
I've not been excited about this project.
Well, Martin, you know what? I'm glad you said that. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the trailer for El Camino, and then we're going to come back and talk about the reasons why this could be a good thing, but the reasons why everybody justifiably should be kind of worried, like I am. We'll talk about it. Don't get mad. We'll talk about it after we come back after this. I really need a hit right now.
Even Skinny Pete's like, you know.
Yeah. Skinny Pete is telling you that.
You ready? Yeah.
Breaking Bad movie is what they're calling it. So as soon as y'all get out from watching The Joker, you ain't done yet. Go home and watch this. This will be out on October 4th.
Well, that trailer looks like The Joker. Yeah,
it's very dark and very moody. And you know what? And looking at this, you know, I tell you, I'm nervous now. I'm nervous. They pushed this a lot and putting this in the format of a movie. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure what to do with this. I have thoughts, which I will share with you in a little bit. But and sure, I have more faith in it than not because, of course, you got Vince Gilligan back on board, who is he's writer and director here.
Oh, okay.
On this, I trust this universe will be fine in his hands, especially since he realizes that people will fucking kill him if he messes this up. I'm sure he's gotten calls already where people say, "You mess this up, you're a dead man." By the way, I love your work, but it just at this point it feels like they're pushing their luck at the craps table.
Maybe. I mean, I thought that until I just watched this, and I was like, it's not like Walter White's in it. It's just a story of Jesse, and I guess there's plenty to do with him desperate looking for the cash. I don't think this will impact the series.
It won't. Well, like you said, man, the series is still there. When stuff turns canon for a property, it is kind of a disruption because now if something wants to continue, you have to notice it. Like with Star Wars, I hate the prequels. Some people love it. That's fine. I'm not going to look. It's not my series alone, but I do have to realize now that now that we want to tell these more stories in this universe, they are more and more referring back to these movies that are shit. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm not even comparing this to that right there. I can't wait to watch it. I'm all for this succeeding. I actually like that they do have an official universe now. I think that's kind of cool. I love Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you watch it?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad that it's taking so long to come back.
Same here. I got shit to do. So do you. You can't keep waiting for this. But to prepare for the worst, like I said, because you never know, and this is something different that they're doing. Mm-hmm. To prepare for the worst, I thought, as I mentioned before, let's look at the good and bad of pushing more Breaking Bad out there and how it could work. And as I said, just to be ready. Let's talk about some things that probably won't be so good, or some things that possibly could go wrong, or why it won't be it won't measure up to the greatness of what we've had already. You know what? I will start with some good things. There's some very straightforward good things about this. One, a movie's it's much shorter.
Yeah.
Look, we there's a lot of TV to watch. I mean, I love Breaking Bad as much as anybody else, but you got to wait in line because I got a lot of things to watch right now.
Brother, if Breaking Bad came back, that's jumping the line.
Oh, right? I'm pulling the rope back.
Yeah, it's jumping the line like Obama at a barbecue restaurant.
Yeah. Is that Breaking Bad? Come on up here, man. What you back there for?
I've been in line for 3 hours. Oh, shut up. It's Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But you had the wrong shoes on anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, man. No, but it is nice to have my time, and being that this is a movie. I got too much TV to watch already. As much as I want to watch something else as great as Breaking Bad, I'm grateful for not having to spend a whole another 5 seasons of my life in something.
Yep.
I'll tell you this too, man. Nostalgia. I think they might do it right here. A lot of people have been wanting to see the ghost of old Walter White come back, and you might get it here, or at least a cameo appearance. I was just looking at this right here, and that looks like the same area where Walter White shot Mike.
It looks exactly like where he shot.
Yeah, so it looks like them. I can't tell if that's Mike and Jesse or whatever, or if there's some sort of flashback that's happening, or the image, or
So when you think Walter will come out the water like Jason?
Just grab his ass.
No. Walter's going to be a force ghost.
Yeah, exactly. Or some kind of they're gonna do some Christmas Carol type shits. Some Ebenezer Scrooge where maybe Walter's talking to him and it's a figment of his imagination.
It's funny that you put that on the good list because I put that on the bad list. To me, that's the one thing I really don't want to see.
Now, for me, I don't particularly care for that, but I know a lot of people have been asking, where's Walter White? When are we going to get an appearance by him? They've been asking that for Better Call Saul and everything. If they do it right, and if this is what we're looking at right here, like I said, I don't know if Walter White is there.
It looks like Mike.
That does, and that looks like Jesse right there. But, I don't know. The car is there and everything, the 2 cars. I don't know, man.
I mean, Walt could appear on Better Call Saul.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
Yeah, but here,
like I said,
although on Better Call Saul, we we saw them meet in Breaking Bad. We saw them actually meet.
Yeah.
So that didn't make. I thought about that. Then I was like,
No, it's not like it would make sense, but it wouldn't be
unless he's driving around in the background. Shit.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
and like I say, I'm not big into that kind of stuff either. But like I said, for the people out there who have been asking,
Right.
You
You
know,
see the two cars there. That's definitely looks like Mike, if you ask me.
yeah.
Where he's standing now. I
And
don't
Mike
know about-
and we know, spoiler, Mike is dead.
right.
After this.
Unless he comes back. Yeah, kid, you always wear your bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
Okay, we might be here for a while.
He's been living in a hole in the ground or some shit.
Thought he got me, didn't he? Kid? Mike always sound drunk when he talks.
Yeah, it does.
You know, also, I would say that, you know, Jesse, centering on the character of Jesse Pinkman, Jesse has some really great episodes.
He did.
Yeah.
And you know, what they were centering on him, like he gives some very great, he wasn't not only in some great episodes, but he gave some great performances, man.
did.
Where he was just an emotional wreck, and that was a far cry from what we saw from the character when we first met him.
So no matter what I do, hooray for me because I'm a great guy. No matter how many dogs I kill, I just do an inventory.
Everybody's like, come on, man, AA is supposed to be fun. you ruining our mood.
Yeah, you're doing this all wrong.
And she's like, I actually did today.
Shit, like you killing our buzz, man. He looks like he can't even handle what was happening halfway through the season. Like I really want to see how the events that he just witnessed, like a few minutes before we get to this movie, like that shit's gonna break him down,
Right.
You know, and I really want to see. That's one of the things that I think is cool. Is like this character has been on the edge, man. And now he's on the run, and now and he's completely on his own. So like you say, he was just some punk kid talking about bitch.
Yeah.
And now, you know, he's supposed to actually die.
Right.
Season 1.
Yeah. Oh, was it season 1?
Yeah,
Season 1, he was
one,
supposed
yeah.
to be killed off.
Yes. And
they liked him so
yeah.
much. But he murdered once when he didn't want to, and felt he had to when he murdered Gail.
Right.
Yeah, when he
And then-
shot him at the door.
Right,
Yeah.
shot him at the door. I mean, Todd had it coming, and you knew that. We all
Well,
knew
also
that.
he ran over those guys with his truck.
No, that was Walter.
That was Walter. Never
Yeah.
mind. That's right.
But-
That's right. He was on his way to kill those
Right,
dudes.
and then
Yeah.
Walter saved him from doing that by running over those guys. But anyway, one of his best episodes was the one where Walt cut him loose. His parents were selling the house, and he tried to get back into the RV to sleep there. And it still had the fumes. He fell through the porta potty, had all the blue shit all over him, and he had to sleep with the mask on. And you hear him just crying and sobbing in there. I thought that was his best episode.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys talking about him growing as an actor as well. in the
Yeah.
series.
You know, how does it going from being like, again, this is kind of a street punk to a hardcore criminal to a drug addict to a murderer. There's a lot to explore there.
Yeah, just not a street punk. He was a pussy ass street punk.
Oh, yeah.
before the beginning.
And that's the thing. He doesn't have Walter anymore. You know,
Right.
we have to see him on his own.
So really, this is going to have to be about him ascending to really being on his own.
Yeah.
Now what I wonder is there going to be a moment in this where he pulls some science trickery like Walt would, just to show that, like, okay, he did learn something.
I don't think so. I think that's the thing.
I mean, I think it'd be something that, like, it'd be like if you're writing it, you'd be like, oh, it'd be so cool to do this, but it's such a chance of it being cheesy. I hope they would stay away from it.
I don't think they'll do that because that was Walter's thing. This is a completely different character. Like Saul would never pull something like that. There's more mystery here to be had too. Like this trailer, the cool thing about the trailer, not saying anything, having hardly any dialogue. You see things and you wonder, okay, what's going on here? Because this is not anything that's attached that I know of to Breaking Bad, the series. Who's in the bag right there? There's obviously some kind of body that he's found. There's hair sticking out right there.
Yeah.
I mean, unless
I thought that was hay.
No, that is hair, man.
That's hair.
That's hair. That's hair.
Unless that's a horse head or something. You know,
when I saw it first time.
yeah. No,
that's
there's
hair.
and he still has his beard, so this is kind of near the beginning. Like, there's still some mystery left right there. Like, what's
He got
what's
tired
going
of
on?
Badger's bullshit.
Yeah.
He came and talk about Star Wars again. He said, this shit. You got to go, man. I've been through too much to listen to this horse shit anymore.
Yeah. Crossing over into things. I'm not going to even say bad. Things that just have me worried.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that has me worried is that this is, as I said, this is a Breaking Bad movie. And you know, the reason why Breaking Bad succeeded is because Breaking Bad was a show. You know, Breaking Bad, and what I mean by that, you know, unlike this here, which has 2 hours, I guess, maybe 2.5. I don't know, maybe they'll go for 3. I don't know, but it is a movie. You can watch this in one sitting. You watch, when you watch Breaking Bad had years to create, cultivate all of its intricate storytelling. You know, it had multitudes of cliffhangers. It had years to see characters slowly morph into who they are. You know, into something completely different. You know, I'll even say that's what's so appealing about Better Call Saul. You know, we see the origins of Saul. What's his name? Saul Goodman. We see the origins of him and the things that made him what he is. And the great thing about it is that we see that throughout time. You know, and I think that's been one of the biggest appeals of Breaking Bad is that, you know, they've been able to tell these long, you know, this long form of storytelling. You know, to try to put it into a movie. I'm not saying it can't be done, you know, but to try to capture this in such a short amount of time is something that makes me think, like, you know, could it work? I'm sure it could. You know, I'm sure it doesn't have to be a movie. It just to be like you say, like a little side story.
Yeah, because when you talk about all that build up, you know, that all that framework, it's already been done by 5 seasons of the series. There's no reason for the movie to really try to reestablish all this stuff. I mean, by calling itself a Breaking Bad movie, it's saying, hey, if you're already into Breaking Bad, come on in. This is for you. If you haven't, you might want to, you know, move your dial and go check it out on Netflix and binge it first.
You know what it was that when you told me and you gave me that box set to Breaking Bad, one of the things that you said was, okay, you got to watch this because, you know, I mean, nothing's new, but you have never seen a story like this before. Yeah. You said, just watch it. And we talked about it later. It was like, oh, shit, a high school chemistry teacher that becomes a drug dealer. You know, he's creating his own brand of method. Like, yeah, that's, you know, again, nothing new, but that's very original for the premise. See, I look at this and I'm thinking, all right, for 2 hours, what do we have here? Because throughout the thing we see the same theme. Jesse Pinkman, you know, is this a fugitive story? You know, it's kind of a fugitive story and a redemption story. You know, I don't know. You know, we kind of seen that before. You know, on the run from the law, on the lamb, and whatnot. So, but again, that's the only thing that I said is like I'm just used to seeing a long form of storytelling. To break it down to a simple story, you know, simple like run from the police type format. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think they can make it work. Just has me a little worried. That's all.
Because I mean, even if it's like a really long episode or a 2-part episode.
Yeah.
It's a 2-part episode of one of, or maybe the greatest TV show of all time.
Yeah.
It's not like if they said, hey, we're going to put on 2 more episodes that'll tie into this. It's not like you go, I don't want to see that.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not saying I'm not going to see it. I'm just going to be like, well, you know, they really boiled it down to like a simple story where this whole thing was so complex before.
Yeah.
That's what made Breaking Bad so cool. Because ahead of time you watch Breaking Bad, it's like, damn, how did they even write this shit?
Yeah, and when the season went in, you're like, how are they going to write themselves out of this?
Right. Yeah, but I agree. Like, if they just give us, like, just a nice character story, that'll be fine, too.
Plus, you know what? With the words, a Breaking Bad movie,
yeah,
it almost sounds like, hey, this is a Breaking Bad movie, one of several that we may be making.
Yeah, you could get some spinoff stories. I mean, they may be taking on comic book format now.
Yeah.
You know,
everybody wants to do universes and anthologies.
Yeah, the Breaking Bad universe. Yeah. I thought you were talking about Breaking Bad University. Learn to cook meth.
You learned that the whole series.
Is Jesse going to be able to really have a captivating tale? And I said yes, but some people are saying he's going to really be able to have a captivating tale on his own, since his character did lean so much on the actions of Walter White. Whether he was in interaction with him or whether his actions affected Jesse. You know, because a lot of times you see, I mean, whenever you see Breaking Bad, even if you refer to promotional pictures, artwork, I'm saying for, not for everything. There's some pictures of Jesse out there, but for a lot of times, if somebody's doing some fan art, they're doing it of Jesse and Walter White.
Yeah.
You know, they are kind of synonymous with each other. And, and if not, we know that Walter can stand on his own.
Yeah, you could draw a caricature of Walter, and everybody would know who that is.
Yeah.
If you drew one of Jesse, they go like, "Oh, that's pretty good." Wait,
Where Walter?
Who is this? Yeah.
Where's Walter?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, his arc depended so much on the actions of Walter affecting his life. So, you know, I think some people are going to wonder, what's it going to be like without having Walter around? This guy's completely on his own. Which, again, that's another great way to tell the story, because we've already told Walter's story.
Yeah, it's true.
I think it was so cool being able to think like left to ourselves. It was such a perfect ending. It's like I kind of like Jesse's fate being open ended.
Me too.
I kind of like you know, how they leave it open to the viewer. We saw that he was a better person. His arc was the total opposite of Walter.
Yes.
They kind of ended on two different
Yes.
you know, two different destinations, and it was great to leave the show like that. You know, and a lot of people were cool because they look, yeah, he's been through a lot of shit, but at least he left alive, and he left with his soul intact.
He did.
You know, that was one thing that was great. We saw the beginning of a show where a man was he has so much heart and so much soul. We felt bad for him, and by the end, he had none. He shat that soul right out his ass.
Yeah, because he was still wanting to kill Jesse at the end.
He was still thinking about it.
You still owe me Pinkman, goddammit.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Pinkman, you owe me Pinkman.
But even the last episode, the only reason he helped him was because he saw they had been keeping him a slave. He was still wanting to kill Jesse.
Yeah.
He was like, man, f that motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, but he went from somebody who was a murderer, lost his soul, lost his family, had nothing. And then we have Jesse, who was just the opposite. Character that supposed to be killed off in the first episode and
Season.
The first season. Yeah, first season, I'm sorry. And you know, this punk kid, and he left not only with his soul but with his conscience. You know, it was an amazing thing to see whether both these characters just kind of swapped and landed.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's why I thought it was kind of cool to just leave it at that. That's the main thing that makes me nervous. I'm like, man, did you really need to tell anymore? You know, but then again, some people said, hey, did we need to know about the dumbass lawyer? You know? You know what I'm saying?
I know. It was kind of a comedy relief.
It was a comedy relief. It ended up being like having one of the best dramas on TV.
But the dumbass lawyer did steal every scene he was in.
Yeah.
No, he did. No, he sure did.
And even he got some sort of like moral kind of compass where he was like, look, man, you tried to poison a kid. I'm down with all this other shady shit, but you didn't. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. A lot of people were saying shit. Boy, I'm gonna punk his ass every chance he got.
He did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
man.
man.
We talking about that. I'm just saying.
But nah, man, you know, I think it's not that I'm hating on the show or anything like that. I'm just, you know, it's being that they had such a perfect ending. It's a little, you know.
See, because of that, I was so like, that's why I was saying, I'm not excited about this. Everybody's like, man, they're making a movie. It's coming out soon. I'm like, settle down. Why can't we just have it end like it perfectly like it was? But look at that trailer. I'm like, all right, I can see how you can have another tale to tell.
Just there's a couple things that I thought were sewn up in the episode. I saw how devastated he was by his girlfriend. I mean, she got shot right in front of him. I mean, I saw that already. I don't need to, and maybe this, like I said, this is just, I can only judge a trailer, but just the music and the whole standoff episode where he's got Ghost Rider's jacket on. I'm excited that it's on Netflix. That I don't have to go out anywhere to go see it. Now that I know it's Netflix, I'm cool because I can lay in bed and watch it.
Man,
and it was so good.
Oh no, I was just with that whole thing of it was going to be a theatrical release. I wonder if they look at the way Downton Abbey is performing and go, shit.
Yeah, it was too late now.
I know.
Yeah, you could have had your money.
Too late.
Yeah, you fucked that up real good, didn't you? Somebody was smoking meth when they made that decision.
Somebody pooped.
Nobody wants to see TV series at the movies.
Did Downton Abbey did what?
Show about some
That
goddamn.
movie's gonna tank.
A show about the wait staff, butlers and shit.
The British version of The Help.
Yeah.
Yeah. The white British version of Help. I'm the head butler. No more.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We hope you stick around. So hit that subscribe button, hit notifications, and join us on our main site, doubletoasted.com. Over there, you'll find the long version of this video, uncensored, unedited, along with many others, and also the live streams that we do almost every night of the week. Support us at our store, dtmerch.com. And if nothing else, all I want you to do is stay toasty.